Welcome to another training video from XMPRO. Today we will look at the text area control in App Designer and how to use it. So in the toolbox you will find that there is a control called text area. You would use this when you want to capture an input from the user which is more than one line. This control is very similar to the text box, but the basic difference is that you are able to capture multi-line input from the user. Now how to use it is very easy. You simply have to drag it across. I'll put a field here and then drag a new text area inside it. And that's it. Now you have a text area control. If you look at its configuration options, starting with appearance, we have a few options like visible, which basically just says if the control should be visible or not. Then there is minimum height and maximum height. That is if you want to give it some height like 100 or a minimum height of 50. What that will do is that it will always have that amount of height. Minimum height means it will never be smaller than that, and maximum height means no matter how much content it has, its height will not grow beyond 100 pixels. If it has more content, it will display a scroll bar, but the height will stay static. Similarly, we have outlining mode, where you have three options, and you would have noticed that this styling mode option is there with many of our controls. Basically what it does is, if I take the grid lines off from here, you will be able to quickly see the difference. This control is styled with outline. The next one is underlined, so that is just a style, and then the last one is using the filled style, and you can see three different styles of the control being rendered. And then if we continue, you will see we have an option to put placeholder. That is if the control is empty and there is no text inside it, this placeholder will be displayed, and you can see that it is displaying it on that. Then we have a tooltip, which is very obvious that when a user will hover over the control, the text in the tooltip will be displayed. Then in behavior, we have an option to specify max length, which is basically number of characters user should be allowed to enter in this text area. And if a user tries to type more than that, he will not be allowed. Lastly, we have standard options like read-only and disabled. And to finish it off, we have a spell check, which basically tells the browser if the text that is entered inside should be spell checked or not. Now, how does these look? So if I save my app and launch it, you will be able to see those three styles, also the text being displayed in them. And for example, in this one, you see that there is no text, but the placeholder is being displayed. And if I try to type in, we had put a 50 character limit, you will see that it's not letting me type more than that. Now if I go back, I only provided static values for these controls at the moment. You can see they have been specified there. But if I wanted to specify a dynamic value, I can do that by, first of all, I will have to put the control inside a container which has a data source attached to it. For example, I have this container here, a data repeater, and it has a data source attached. Any control that is inside that container can use a dynamic value, and to do that you just have to change the value option here to dynamic, and then you can bind it to any of the options that are being sent to you by your data source. For example, if I want to bind it to history, I can do that, and then when this app will run, it will actually display the value coming from my data source. So that was a quick video on how to use text area control in App Designer. Thank you for watching.